How many of you guys have had those days where just nothing seems to be going your way, and by the end of the day you just feel downright exhausted, tired, and sad? I think we've all had those days. I bet you guys didn't know though that eating chocolate can actually act as a natural antidepressant and relieve those blues. This is because there's a chemical in chocolate called theobromine. And once this theobromine enters the body, it causes the release of chemicals in the brain called endorphins. And these endorphins act as a natural antidepressant. So eating chocolate actually makes you feel happy. Today I'm going to talk to you about how chocolate is produced from cacao beans being harvested to them being processed and being mixed with milk and sugar to make the milk chocolate that we all know and love. The first step in making chocolate involves harvesting the cacao beans. These cacao beans are found on trees called cacao trees. These types of trees are found in regions near the equator. They are found in these areas because this is a type of environment that has very warm, moist soil, which is the type of soil these trees require to thrive. There are fruits that grow on these trees called cacao fruits, and they're shaped like footballs. And inside these football-shaped fruits are the actual cacao beans themselves. Workers pluck these fruits and then they break them open to access the white cacao beans inside. Once they have gotten the beans inside, they put them into large piles and allow the beans to ferment. At this point, once the beans have fermented, they've developed a rich cocoa flavor and they've turned a dark brown color. This is the point when the workers take all the beans and put them into bags and ship them to the factory for processing. Now that I've talked about how cacao beans are harvested, I'm going to talk about how they are processed. The cacao beans first arrive at the factory where they are cleaned, sorted, and then sent to giant roasters. These roasters make the outer shell of the bean very soft and brittle and also brings out the flavor. The outer shell needs to be soft and brittle so that it can be easily broken open to allow access to the inside of the bean, also known as the nib. These nibs are what make chocolate chocolate. The nibs are then ground down into a fine paste called chocolate liquor. As you can see in the following picture, chocolate liquor just looks like very concentrated chocolate syrup. At this point, the cocoa butter in these nibs must be squeezed out in giant presses. What's left over are called cocoa cakes. These cocoa cakes are ground down into cocoa powder, which can then be used in chocolate syrup, hot chocolate, and other baking goods. Now that I've discussed how cacao beans are processed, I will talk about how they're mixed with milk and sugar to make the milk chocolate. Milk is first mixed with sugar and then dried to a taffy-like consistency. Now it is mixed with chocolate liquor to give a brown powder called chocolate crumb. The chocolate crumb is then ground down into an even finer powder and mixed with cocoa butter to give it a chocolate paste. The chocolate paste is further mixed in a process called conching to evenly distribute the cocoa butter throughout the liquid. After mixing, the chocolate paste is now milk chocolate and is sent off to be molded into different kinds of chocolate candy. Today I have explained how milk chocolate is made from first harvesting cacao beans, processing them, and then mixing them with milk and sugar to give the milk chocolate that we all love. Now just remember, next time you're having one of those days and are feeling sad, just grab some chocolate to cheer you up.